Hey everybody, Coach Ron checking in with you, and I'm super excited that you're here tonight. I'm super excited that you're going to take a few minutes with me and view my introductory session to a series that I'm going to call Chalk Talk. As many of you that know me know, I've been a teacher and a coach for over 30 years now. I've taught physical education, I've taught driver's ed, I've been an administrator, and I've coached a lot of different sports and tons of athletes along the way. What you may not know is I also coach on the outside. I coach and I mentor folks in the home-based business industry. And I'm not a guru. I'm not a guy that makes $10,000 a month, things like that. I'm just a regular guy. And I have a lot of experience that I want to pass on to those of you that are either thinking about getting into the home-based business industry or have been there and been frustrated with what's going on. I'm hoping that my experience can lead you to make some better decisions and choices for yourself and hopefully help you turn things around and reach some of your goals. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And again, my sessions are going to be called Chalk Talk because I'm a coach and that's what we do. We have Chalk Talks. So even though we don't have a chalkboard here, that's what I'm going to call my series. So when we sit down and talk together, I'll be talking to you just like a coach, just like if you were one of my athletes on my team. So, and at the end of all this, if you feel the need to get in touch with me, you've got some questions or anything, I'll give you some information on how you can do that. So our initial session is going to be called Don't Be a Junkie. And when I use the word junkie, I hope I don't offend anybody. There are people out there in the home-based business industry, in the MLM industry, MLM stands for multi-level marketing, that are what I call MLM junkies. Those are the people that are always looking for the next big thing. They're the people that are always looking for the fastest money in the shortest amount of time. These are people that are always looking for, and again, I hope I don't offend anybody, but like a drug addict, they look for the next big high. They look for the next quick fix. And that's what they center their business practices around. So they're people that will spend 3 to 6 months typically with a company, maybe up to a year. But when they're not making $10,000 a month or they're not getting what they were promised by whoever signed them up to whatever deal they're in, they start looking for another opportunity. They start looking for the next big thing. They start looking for the next fad, the next patch, the next drink, the next weight loss phenomenon, whatever the case may be. But they don't spend any time to create any continuity and any consistency with the company. And they are off to the next thing. You know, it's the shiny object syndrome. Whatever's out there that looks better is what they jump to. And unfortunately, they leave their people that they've enrolled and their mentors, they leave them high and dry. Or they may follow their mentors into the next big thing, and now there's that pervasive attitude of I've got to get the next thing, I've got to get in on the ground floor, I've got to get in on the newest fad, whatever's fresh, whatever's got the most bling to it, and so they rush off, and it's the grass is greener on the other side of the fence, and that's what they do, and they do it constantly. The problem with this is there's never going to be a way to build a business. You cannot do it this way. And what typically happens is they have this lottery mentality, if you will, of throwing stuff against the wall and seeing what sticks. Or they have this mentality that I'm going to roll the dice and hope for the best, as opposed to creating something that is a vibrant organization. They're just throwing things against the wall. There's no training. There's no system to show their people. They enroll them and they promise them all these great things are going to happen, and then they don't. And the problem is when you do that every 3 to 6 months, you begin to get this reputation of being an MLM junkie. And to be honest with you, this is the worst kind of lazy that there is. It's that lazy where I'm going to spend a little bit of money. I'm going to work really hard for 3 or 4 months, and if that doesn't work, I'm going on to the next thing. But if I can, I want to make the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time with the least amount of effort. That's a welfare mentality, folks. And again, I'm not knocking the welfare system because there are people that need it, but there's also people that bend the rules a lot, and it's the same in this industry. I want the most for the least amount of time and the least amount of effort. That's pure laziness. And that's not how you're going to get anywhere in this industry. It's not going to happen. It takes hard work. It takes perseverance. It takes creating relationships. You can't come into this saying, I don't want to talk to people. I don't want to make any phone calls. I don't want to recruit anybody. Oh, but I want to make $10,000 a month. It doesn't happen that way. That's just not realistic in this day and age. Unfortunately, I see that in school all the time. Okay, my students want the best grade possible, but they don't want to do all the homework. They don't want to do all the things that it takes. They don't want to study for the test. My athletes want to start. They want to be the stars on the team, but they don't do anything in the off season to get better. They don't do anything to prepare themselves for that starting or that leadership role. And it's the same here. We have people all the time, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, but they don't put any effort into it. And that's truly not going to work in this industry. They're emotional people. MLM junkies are people that ride the wave. They're emotional. They love the hype. They love the new product, the newest this, the newest that, the best this, bigger, better, faster, more. That's what they're built on, and they hype it up. And so they'll tell you, oh, this new company is it. This is the next big thing. All we got to do is get in on the ground floor, and we got it made because all these people will sign up underneath us, and we'll get all this spillover, and we'll make all this money. It doesn't happen that way. If you ever hear people talk about things like multiple streams of income, think about this for a minute. How long have you been at the job that you've been at? And how long did it take you to get good at that job? Now, try to throw 3 or 4 other jobs in there and tell me that you can do your best at all 3 or 4 of those jobs and you can be consistently good at everything you do. When you hear people talk about multiple streams of income, they're not focused on one thing. Again, they're throwing stuff against the wall to see what's going to stick. They don't take the time and the effort to get good and consistent at any particular thing. That's the worst kind of MLM junkie there is. Oh, you need to get into 4 or 5 different affiliate programs. No, you don't. You need to get into something solid. And I'll talk about that in just a few minutes. The bottom line is, for those people that are MLM junkies, and please, I hope you don't become one of these, the bottom line is it's the fastest way to lose money, to lose friends, to ruin your dreams. You're not going to get anywhere doing this. So you need to stay away from that mentality. Don't let people steer you into that. Don't fall for the hype. Don't fall for the sizzle. And what's going to happen is when you start to focus on the right things where it comes from your business, you're going to start to have success and you're going to have progress. So what are some of those things? I'm actually going to do another Facebook Live. My next one is going to be on success factors that you want to look for in a company. But just to give you a little bit of a taste of it, you need to find something that you're passionate about. You need to find a solid company with solid products that are reasonably priced, that are excellent products, and they are highly consumable because you want people to come back over and over. You don't want this to be a once-in-a-while thing, okay? You might be very good at what you're doing, by the way, and you might just have a company that's just not going to make it. So you yourself might be the right jockey, but you might be on the wrong horse. And again, we'll spend more time in my next live talking about some of that. But what you want to do is when you find that company that you can be passionate about, that you can believe in, and you find a mentor that will work with you and train you and show you the systems and how to be successful and be there when you call them and give you support, you want to commit to a 3 to 5 year time frame, not 3 to 6 months. That's not going to cut it. You need to spend 3 to 5 years learning about your company, learning about your leadership, learning about the products, learning about your compensation plan so that you can begin to answer those questions for people along the way. You become the leader. You become the expert. You give the answers and the advice. You're the one that people will come to. You're the one they will trust. And then you can't violate that trust. So get yourself in that mentality of, I'm going to give this 3 to 5 years. I'm going to work my tail off. I'm going to learn the systems. I'm going to find myself a good mentor, and I'm going to move forward from there. And when those things start to happen, you're going to find that success. You're going to find that you move forward. Even if it's just small steps part-time, which is how I do it. I'm not a full-time person in this industry. I'm a full-time teacher and a full-time coach. But I am a part-time networker, and I'm building myself a business that will last a lifetime and not a lunchtime. I'm not in this for 3 to 6 months. I'm in this for the long haul. small. So be on a mission. Want to become the leader that people are going to follow in this business, okay? Now, if you need some advice or you've got some questions, you can always write me at coachlanham55@gmail.com, and the last name is Lanham. You can also find me on Facebook and message me there, Ron Lanham, okay? I'll be more than happy to show you how I do what I do. I'll show you the company that I work with, which, by the way, is a phenomenal company. But I won't steer you wrong. And I'll answer all your questions. I'll be honest with you. Even if you're with another company, doesn't matter to me. I'll sit down and talk with you. I'll be honest with you, and I'll give you all the advice that I can. So here's to your success. Again, thank you for coming to the first version of Chalk Talk with Coach Ron. And I'll be looking to talk more with you on the next Facebook Live. We'll talk about more about how to be successful and the success factors to look for when you're looking for a good company. Everybody have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.